I led the league in everything, once, for a week, in August, when most of the good players were on vacation. This quote, delivered with Bob Uecker's signature deadpan humor, perfectly encapsulates his career. He was a self-proclaimed average player, yet he achieved legendary status in the world of baseball. Uecker's journey is a testament to the power of humor, humility, and a genuine love for the game. He never hit many home runs or stole many bases, but he stole the hearts of fans with his wit and his ability to find the funny side of even the most mundane baseball moments. Uecker's humor was not a put-on, it was an intrinsic part of his personality, evident both on and off the field. His playing career, though statistically unremarkable, provided a wealth of material for his later career as a broadcaster. He often joked about his own shortcomings as a player, turning his experiences into relatable and hilarious anecdotes. This self-deprecating humor resonated with audiences, making him one of the most beloved figures in baseball. Born and raised in Milwaukee, Uecker's love affair with baseball began in his youth. He played sandlot games, dreaming of one day making it to the big leagues. His journey to the majors was not paved with accolades and record-breaking performances. Instead, it was a journey filled with hard work, perseverance, and a healthy dose of humor. Uecker's playing career, though brief and statistically modest, provided the foundation for his true calling, making people laugh through the lens of baseball. Uecker's transition from the field to the broadcast booth was seamless. He brought the same humor and candor to his broadcasting that he displayed in the dugout. He wasn't afraid to poke fun at himself, the players, or even the game itself. His commentary was a mix of insightful observations and witty asides, delivered with impeccable timing and a genuine love for the game. This unique style quickly made him a fan favorite, and his voice became synonymous with baseball for a generation. Robert George Uecker, known to the world as Bob, was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a city with baseball in its blood. From a young age, Uecker was immersed in the sights, sounds, and stories of the game. He grew up hearing tales of the Milwaukee Braves and their legendary players, the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the smell of freshly cut grass. These became the sensory anchors of his childhood. Little did young Bob know that he would one day add his own chapter to Milwaukee's rich baseball history. Uecker's baseball journey began, not on manicured major league diamonds, but on the rough-and-tumble sandlots of Milwaukee. He played with a passion and intensity that belied his natural talent. He wasn't the biggest or the fastest kid on the field, but he had a knack for the game, a feel for its rhythms and strategies. His teammates were drawn to his infectious enthusiasm and his ability to find humor even in the midst of a tough loss. These early sandlot games were Uecker's training ground, honing his skills and shaping his perspective on the game he loved. As a teenager, Uecker attended Milwaukee's Boys Technical High School, where he continued to excel at baseball. He wasn't a standout star, but he was a solid, dependable player, known for his strong work ethic and his ability to make his teammates better. He played with a joy and a passion that were infectious, and his humor was already becoming legendary, both on and off the field. His coaches recognized his potential and encouraged him to pursue his baseball dreams, setting the stage for his unlikely journey to the major leagues. Uecker's talent and determination earned him a contract with his hometown Milwaukee Braves in 1956. It was a dream come true for the young man from Milwaukee. He had grown up idolizing the Braves, and now he had the opportunity to don their uniform and take the field alongside some of the game's greats. The experience, however, would be a far cry from the glamour and glory he had imagined as a boy playing sandlot ball. Uecker's path to the major leagues was anything but direct. He spent years in the minors, honing his skills and humor. Life in the minors was tough, with grueling travel and meager pay. But Uecker never lost his love for the game or his humor. In 1961, he finally made his major league debut with the Milwaukee Braves. After one season, he was traded to the St. Louis Cardinals. Despite constant team changes, Uecker's humor and enthusiasm remained. Uecker's playing career spanned 6 seasons, playing for the Milwaukee Braves, St. Louis Cardinals, Philadelphia Phillies, and Atlanta Braves. Known for his defensive skills, Uecker was a light-hitting catcher. He brought humor and humility to the game, endearing him to all. Uecker often joked about his career, saying, "I led the league in everything, once for a week, in August, when most of the good players were on vacation." His self-deprecating humor and genuine humility made him a beloved figure in baseball. Uecker's playing career, while not filled with accolades and record-breaking performances, provided him with a wealth of material for his future endeavors. He had an uncanny ability to recall even the most mundane details of his playing days, transforming them into hilarious anecdotes. He often joked that his career was a testament to perseverance, a case study in what could be accomplished with limited talent but an abundance of heart. His most famous stories revolved around his encounters with legendary players and managers. He had a knack for being in the right place at the right time, or perhaps more accurately, the wrong place at the wrong time, always finding himself at the center of some absurd or comical situation. These stories, often told with impeccable comedic timing and a healthy dose of exaggeration, became legendary among baseball fans. Uecker's playing career came to an end in 1967, but his connection to baseball was far from over. He had found his true calling, not on the field, but in the broadcast booth, where his humor and his love for the game would captivate audiences for decades to come. His playing days had provided him with a unique perspective, a deep understanding of the game and its characters, and an endless supply of hilarious anecdotes. He was ready to share his unique brand of baseball humor with the world. Bob Uecker's transition from the baseball diamond to the broadcast booth was seamless. He had never aspired to be a broadcaster. He didn't have a booming voice or polished demeanor, but he had wit, storytelling skills, and a passion for baseball. These became the hallmarks of his style. Uecker's career began in 1971 with the Milwaukee Brewers. His humor quickly made him a fan favorite. His commentary was unique and entertaining. He poked fun at himself and the game. He treated baseball with reverence but kept it fun. His broadcasts were filled with humorous anecdotes. He turned routine plays into funny stories. He recalled details from his playing days. His commentary blended insight, wit, and humor. Uecker's authenticity set him apart. He was just Bob Uecker, a former player who loved baseball. He brought humor and candor to the booth. His commentary was unscripted and entertaining. He connected with listeners like few could, making them feel like they were enjoying the game together. As Uecker's popularity grew, so too did his role with the Brewers. He transitioned from local broadcasts to national television and radio appearances. He became a regular guest on talk shows, known for his self-deprecating humor. Uecker's broadcasting style was spontaneous and witty. He had a knack for finding humor in unexpected places. One of his most famous moments was during a 1987 rain delay. He improvised stories including using a leaf blower to summon a helicopter. Uecker's authenticity and humor made him a broadcasting legend. Uecker's broadcasting talents extended beyond the world of baseball. He became a sought-after comedic actor, appearing in movies, television shows, and commercials. His deadpan delivery and self-deprecating humor translated seamlessly to the screen, making him a natural fit for comedic roles. He was never afraid to poke fun at his image as a former player, often portraying himself as a lovable but slightly clueless everyman. One of Uecker's most memorable roles was as Harry Doyle, the perpetually exasperated broadcaster for the Cleveland Indians in the movie Major League. His performance in the film, a perfect blend of dry wit and baseball knowledge, solidified his status as a pop culture icon. His lines from the movie, often quoted by baseball fans and non-fans alike, became part of the lexicon of American humor. Uecker's success in Hollywood never overshadowed his love for baseball or his commitment to broadcasting. He continued to call games for the Milwaukee Brewers, his voice becoming synonymous with the team and the city. He was a fixture in the broadcast booth at Miller Park, his presence a comforting constant for generations of Brewers fans. He was more than just a broadcaster. He was a beloved member of the community, a walking embodiment of the spirit of Milwaukee. Despite his Hollywood success and national recognition, Uecker remained grounded, never forgetting his roots or the people who had supported him throughout his career. He was approachable, down to earth, and always willing to share a laugh with fans. He understood that his success was not his alone, that it was a testament to the support of the people who tuned into his broadcasts and filled the seats at Miller Park. Bob Uecker's impact on baseball extended far beyond the broadcast booth and the silver screen. He was a tireless ambassador for the game, using his platform to promote the sport he loved and to support charitable causes close to his heart. He was a regular presence at charity events, golf tournaments, and community gatherings, always willing to lend his time and his name to a worthy cause. He understood the power of his celebrity and used it to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Uecker's dedication to his hometown of Milwaukee was unwavering. He was a vocal supporter of local businesses, charities, and community initiatives. He was a fixture at Brewers games, his presence a reminder of the team's deep roots in the city. He was more than just a broadcaster, he was a civic treasure, a symbol of Milwaukee's pride and resilience. In 1994, the Milwaukee Brewers honored Uecker for his contributions to the team and the city by naming their new spring training facility in his honor. Bob Uecker Field at Compadre Stadium in Chandler, Arizona, stood as a testament to Uecker's enduring legacy, a reminder of the impact he had made on the game of baseball and the countless lives he had touched throughout his career. Uecker's contributions to baseball were recognized by the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003, when he was awarded the Ford C. Frick Award for Broadcasting Excellence. The award, a fitting tribute to Uecker's unique and enduring legacy, cemented his place among the game's most beloved and respected figures. He had achieved a level of success that few could have imagined, but through it all, he remained the same humble, self-deprecating, and genuinely funny man who had captivated audiences for decades. Bob Uecker's impact on baseball extended far beyond the broadcast booth and the silver screen. He was a tireless ambassador for the game, using his platform to promote the sport he loved and to support charitable causes close to his heart. He was a regular presence at charity events, golf tournaments, and community gatherings, always willing to lend his time and his name to a worthy cause. He understood the power of his celebrity and used it to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Uecker's dedication to his hometown of Milwaukee was unwavering. He was a vocal supporter of local businesses, charities, and community initiatives. He was a fixture at Brewers games, his presence a reminder of the team's deep roots in the city. He was more than just a broadcaster, he was a civic treasure, a symbol of Milwaukee's pride and resilience. In 1994, the Milwaukee Brewers honored Uecker by naming their new spring training facility in his honor. Bob Uecker Field at Compadre Stadium in Chandler, Arizona, stood as a testament to Uecker's enduring legacy. Uecker's contributions to baseball were recognized by the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003, when he was awarded the Ford C. Frick Award for Broadcasting Excellence, a fitting tribute to Uecker's unique and enduring legacy, cementing his place among the game's most beloved and respected figures. He had achieved a level of success that few could have imagined, but through it all, he remained the same humble, self-deprecating, and genuinely funny man who had captivated audiences for decades. Bob Uecker's transition from baseball to Hollywood was unexpected but brilliant. His comedic timing made him a natural in film and TV. Uecker's role in Airplane showcased his humor. His iconic role as Harry Doyle in Major League cemented his status. Uecker's lines became classics, loved by fans everywhere. Uecker's success in Major League opened doors to a variety of acting opportunities. He became a sought-after guest star on television sitcoms, bringing his unique brand of humor to shows like Who's the Boss?, Mr. Belvedere, and Full House. His appearances were always a welcome addition, providing a dose of down-to-earth humor to the often contrived world of sitcom television. One particularly memorable appearance came in a 1991 episode of Mr. Belvedere, in which Uecker played himself, coaching a Little League team coached by the titular British butler. The episode showcased Uecker's comedic chemistry with children, as he attempted to impart his unorthodox baseball wisdom to a group of bewildered youngsters. His interactions with the young actors were both heartwarming and hilarious, demonstrating his versatility as a performer. Uecker's sitcom appearances often played on his persona as a former baseball player, but he wasn't afraid to venture outside of his comfort zone. He appeared in episodes of Wings and Dharma and Greg, showcasing his ability to adapt to different comedic styles and ensembles. He was a welcome presence on any set, his easygoing nature and infectious laugh putting his fellow actors at ease. Uecker's willingness to poke fun at himself and his career made him an ideal target for celebrity roasts. He was a frequent guest on shows like the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast and the Comedy Central Roast, where he gamely endured barbs from some of the biggest names in comedy. His ability to laugh at himself, even when the jokes were at his expense, endeared him to audiences and fellow performers alike. While Uecker's acting career took off, he never strayed far from his baseball roots. He continued to call games for the Milwaukee Brewers, his voice becoming as synonymous with the team as the iconic ball and glove logo. He managed to balance his broadcasting duties with his burgeoning Hollywood career, effortlessly transitioning from the broadcast booth to the set and back again. In 1988, Uecker returned to the big screen in Caddyshack 2, the much-maligned sequel to the beloved golf comedy. While the film itself received a lukewarm reception, Uecker's performance as a bumbling millionaire golfer was a bright spot. He brought a goofy charm to the role, delivering his lines with a wink and a nod that acknowledged the absurdity of the situation. Uecker's most enduring film role, however, remained Harry Doyle. He reprised his role as the Indians' broadcaster in both Major League 2 and Major League, Back to the Minors. While the sequels failed to capture the magic of the original, Uecker's presence provided a sense of continuity and familiarity for fans of the franchise. His film and television appearances introduced him to a new generation of fans, many of whom knew him more for his acting than for his broadcasting. He became a pop culture icon, his face recognizable to millions, even if they couldn't quite place his name. He was a testament to the enduring power of humor, a reminder that sometimes the best way to deal with life's absurdities is to laugh at them. Uecker's down-to-earth persona and self-deprecating humor made him a natural fit for the world of advertising. He became a spokesperson for Miller Beer, appearing in a series of popular commercials that played on his image as a regular guy who enjoyed a cold one after a long day at the ballpark. The commercials, often featuring Uecker in humorous situations, became synonymous with the brand, further solidifying his status as a cultural icon. The Miller Lite commercials were a perfect marriage of product and spokesperson. Uecker's genuine love for baseball, his Midwestern charm, and his ability to poke fun at himself resonated with beer drinkers across the country. He wasn't a glamorous Hollywood star, he was one of them, a guy who enjoyed a beer and a good laugh. Uecker's success in advertising extended beyond beer commercials. He lent his voice to radio and television ads for a variety of products, from cars to insurance. His distinctive voice, instantly recognizable to millions, became synonymous with trustworthiness and authenticity. He was a spokesperson who didn't need to rely on hype or exaggeration. His humor and his genuine connection with audiences spoke for themselves. Uecker's advertising work, like his acting and broadcasting careers, was characterized by a sense of effortlessness. He never appeared to be trying too hard, never forcing the humor. He was simply being Bob Uecker, and that was more than enough to make him one of the most beloved and effective pitchmen of his generation. Bob Uecker's induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003 celebrated humor, humility, and love for the game. He earned his place not with stats but with laughter and joy. His self-deprecating humor redefined what it meant to be a baseball legend. Uecker's legacy is one of human connection and the power of humor. He showed that success could be measured in laughter. Bob Uecker's enduring appeal lies in his ability to connect with people. He wasn't a distant figure, he was one of them, a regular guy with a microphone and a knack for storytelling. He spoke to the everyday fan, understood their passion, and never put on airs. His humor was self-aware and affectionate, uniting people through a shared love for the game. Uecker's legacy extended beyond baseball, reminding us that humor can connect us, bring joy, and highlight what truly matters in life. The legacy of laughter. Uecker's impact on baseball culture. Bob Uecker's impact on baseball culture was profound and far-reaching. He helped to change the way the game was perceived, making it more accessible and relatable to a wider audience. He reminded people that baseball didn't always have to be taken so seriously, that there was room for laughter and levity alongside the drama and intensity of competition. His self-deprecating humor and his willingness to poke fun at the game's sacred cows helped to break down barriers between players and fans, creating a more relaxed and enjoyable atmosphere at ballparks across the country. He made it okay to laugh at the game's foibles, to find humor in the mistakes and mishaps that were an inevitable part of baseball. His influence could be seen in the next generation of broadcasters, many of whom adopted his conversational style and his willingness to inject humor into their commentary. He showed that it was possible to be both knowledgeable and entertaining, to inform and amuse without sacrificing credibility or insight. He paved the way for a new breed of broadcaster, one that embraced the human side of the game and the importance of connecting with the audience. Uecker's legacy extended beyond the broadcast booth. He helped to create a more lighthearted and inclusive atmosphere around baseball, one that welcomed fans of all backgrounds and levels of knowledge. He reminded people that baseball was ultimately a game, a source of entertainment and camaraderie, and that sometimes the best way to enjoy it was with a smile on your face and a twinkle in your eye. Beyond the scorecard, Uecker's lasting contributions. Bob Uecker's contributions to baseball extended far beyond his comedic talents. He was a tireless advocate for the game, using his platform to promote its virtues and to support its growth at all levels. He was a fixture at charity events, youth baseball clinics, and Hall of Fame ceremonies, always willing to lend his time and his name to causes that were close to his heart. He understood the importance of giving back to the game that had given him so much, and he did so with the same humility and grace that characterized his entire career. He never forgot his roots, never lost sight of the people and the places that had shaped him. His legacy was one of generosity, kindness, and a deep love for the game of baseball. He was a role model for players and fans alike, a reminder that true success was measured not just in wins and losses, but in the impact one had on others. He left behind a legacy that transcended the world of sports, inspiring generations to come with his humor, his humility, and his unwavering commitment to making the world a little bit brighter, one laugh at a time. Bob Uecker, the self-proclaimed Mr. Baseball, was more than just a comedian, a broadcaster, or a Hall of Famer. He was a national treasure, a reminder that even in the often serious world of professional sports, there was always room for a good laugh, a self-deprecating joke, and a genuine love for the game. Bob Uecker's journey through baseball is a testament to humor and humility. He wasn't a Hall of Fame player, but he became a Hall of Fame personality. He endeared himself to generations of baseball fans. He was the everyman, the guy sitting next to you at the ballpark. His legacy is woven into the fabric of the game. He taught us to laugh at the game's absurdities. Uecker's humor was a gift he generously shared. He made us laugh and reminded us to smile. He was a true original, a one-of-a-kind talent. Uecker's story is a testament to authenticity. He never tried to be someone he wasn't. He was a kid from Milwaukee who loved baseball. He achieved fame without losing his sense of humor. He reminded us that success doesn't have to change who you are. Bob Uecker's impact on baseball transcended his comedic talents. He understood the soul of the game, its ability to connect generations and evoke memories. Baseball was a shared language, a common ground bringing people together. He saw the beauty in its simplicity and timeless rhythm. He appreciated the strategic intricacies beneath the surface, but he also knew baseball was a game of skill, strategy, and chance. Uecker embraced the game's unpredictability and its ability to surprise. He understood that baseball, like life, was a journey of ups and downs, and he knew the best way to navigate that journey was with humor. He was a storyteller, capturing the essence of the game and its characters. He brought to life the legends and celebrated the unsung heroes. Bob Uecker's voice became synonymous with baseball, a comforting presence in living rooms and on car radios across the country. He was the soundtrack to countless summers, his distinctive baritone narrating the ebb and flow of the game, his jokes punctuating the action on the field. He had a knack for finding the humor in the mundane, for turning routine plays into laugh-out-loud moments. His voice, like the game itself, had a timeless quality, a warmth and familiarity that transcended generations. He could make you feel like you were sitting next to him in the booth, sharing a beer and a laugh as he regaled you with stories from his playing days, or offered his unique perspective on the game unfolding before you. His commentary was a mix of insightful observations, witty asides, and self-deprecating humor, all delivered with impeccable timing and a genuine love for the game. He never took himself too seriously, always willing to poke fun at his own shortcomings as a player, reminding listeners that even those who reached the pinnacle of the sport were still human. Uecker's voice was a constant in a world of change, a reminder of the enduring power of baseball to connect generations, to provide comfort and escape, to bring people together in a shared love for the game. He was a master storyteller, a weaver of tales that captured the spirit of the game and the characters who made it so special. As the sun sets on Bob Uecker's illustrious career, his legacy shines brighter than ever. He leaves behind a void that cannot be filled, a silence that will be felt in broadcast booths and living rooms across the country. But his spirit, his humor, his love for the game will continue to resonate, echoing through the stands of ballparks for generations to come. The last laugh belongs to Uecker, the master of self-deprecation, the king of the one-liner, the man who taught us that sometimes the best way to deal with life's curveballs is to laugh at them. He may be gone from the booth, but his voice, his stories, his infectious laughter will continue to bring joy to baseball fans for as long as the game is played. So here's to Bob Uecker, the Hall of Fame humorist, the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, the man who made us laugh, made us think, and reminded us that baseball at its heart is a game meant to be enjoyed. His legacy is a testament to the power of humor, humility, and a genuine love for the game. He will be missed, but his impact on the game and on our lives will never be forgotten.